Yo, yo, yo. Welcome to the NS9 Postgame Show powered by Primanti Brothers. I'm your host, Anthony DiNardo. With me, we have Jim Rosati. Jim, we have a Pirates victory thanks to Henry Davis.
Pirates victory, and I want to say this game was over in under 2 hours.
Yeah. This
game
one crept
time,
up
1 hour, 1 hour, 59 minutes.
I'm not really complaining. That's nice. Game's over. We're on this, but like I was not prepared for this to be over. I'm like, there's got to be more time. I'm like, nope, I got to get ready for a postgame show now. A swift game, a very efficient game on both sides, really. But especially on the Pirates side, Pirates squeaked out the victory again, did just enough offensively. Henry Davis homers in back-to-back games. Jim, I guess thanks to you. Is that the narrative we're going with today?
You know what? Many people are saying that. Many people are saying that, hey, Jim, thank you for wearing your Henry Davis gear to the Louisville Super Regionals. You've turned his career around. I've heard many people say this. So, hey, I mean, I'm not taking credit. I'm not one to take credit for stuff like this.
You're very humble, and we all appreciate that. Everyone in the chat, everyone here, we all appreciate your humbleness. But yeah, I hear many people talking about it as well. It's on the news, even down here in Florida, I'm hearing about it. So yeah, it's taking storm. With that said, as mentioned, the Pirates do win today 2-1 against the rivals, the Philadelphia Phillies. You guys know what to do in the chat right now. Drop the hashtag Raisits for your chance to win 2 free Primanti Brothers sandwiches. And of course, let you all know, BetOnline is the world's most trusted betting platform and your #1 source for all your sports betting action. With baseball season in full swing, we're deep into NBA and NHL finals, and BetOnline has more ways to stay on the action with the latest odds, news, and scores, even live in-game betting while the games are being played. We keep the dog days of summer rolling with the largest selection of odds on everything, with updated odds on MLB, UFC, and boxing to tennis and NFL futures. BetOnline remains the best online source for all your sports wagering info. In between games, head over to the BetOnline Casino with all the top Vegas-style games, including poker and live casino. BetOnline, the game starts here. Jim, it was a pleasant game. I wasn't sure how this one was going, but it was a pleasant game, much like the previous game. And the Pirates won.
It was a really pleasant game. I mean, if you're a fan of pitching and efficiency, it was definitely that. Andrew Heaney just was outstanding. The Phillies clearly had a game plan today of attack Andrew Heaney and like be aggressive. They swung the bat 47 times on 47 strikes on 73 pitches. But as far as swinging the bat, though, we're looking at 38 swings on 71 Andrew Heaney pitches. So the Phillies were aggressive. Heaney was keeping them off balance. The slider today was working really, really well for him, I thought. He was able to throw that for a strike. He was able to get a lot of foul balls with it, some called strikes, some swinging strikes. So that was the pitch that got him, I think, the most success today. But yeah, I mean, 5-pitch mix. Phillies just didn't do anything with it. They had that home run in the first inning, Kyle Schwarber. But then outside that, Heaney just kind of cruised until the 7th when he got pulled.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, the game starts off, Trey Turner lines out, Kyle Schwarber homers. You know what? Kyle Schwarber tends to do that. He has 20 home runs on the year, Jim. Kyle Schwarber tends to hit a home run. It's going to happen. Andrew Heaney's going to give up some home runs. What makes Andrew Heaney so good, especially this year, is it's much like Jared Jones last year. Like when those happen, he limits damage because he doesn't allow guys on base. Like he has been very, very good this year. Honestly, he really has. I know we talked up the signing at the beginning. You know, there's a little bit of upside. I wasn't expecting this, but he's a good pitcher. He's a good pitcher. There's some upside to him. And that's exactly what he's doing. I mean, Andrew Heaney's ERA right now is down to a 3.24 on the year. I mean, if you were expecting that, you know what I mean? Like that's fantastic from Andrew Heaney. And that's what he did. He goes 6 innings today, 4 hits, of course, 1 being that home run, 0 walks, 5 strikeouts. So yeah, I mean, the home run happened. It's 1-0 game. That's fine. Giving up a home run to Kyle Schwarber, it happens. The guy settled down just like he did his last start as well and just dominated until, like you mentioned, he couldn't. He threw a really, really wild pitch. And I was kind of taken back. I mean, okay, that happens. But then the training staff came out. I'm like, what's going on? He throws some warm-up pitches and then he's walking out. I'm like, oh dear God. No.
Yeah.
Because all we're talking about right now for the Andrew Heaney, it's like, I don't want that to go away. Not with the trade deadline coming up. But yeah, turns out it's probably going to be okay. It was a calf strain or cramp.
Yeah, I mean, whenever he threw his warm-up pitches, you could tell that he was like pointing towards his left leg. And yeah, you're looking at a left calf cramp. So he had to be removed from the game, which sucked because he was rolling. But Isaac Mattson comes in with a runner on third and nobody out, fresh from Indianapolis. And I mean, the Pirates don't win this game without Isaac Mattson today. Like, we're talking about a whole different scenario because runner on third, nobody out. You're kind of just assuming that runner's going to score. And Mattson comes in, gets a huge strikeout, gets a pop out, and then a fly out. So just outstanding job from Isaac Mattson. Not something I was expecting from him, but he's had limited time up in the majors so far this year, and he's looked pretty good while doing it. But like, just a huge moment for him today, and getting those 3 outs and keeping Alec Boehm on third was just, I mean, incredible. That was the game right there, in my opinion.
100%. I know we jokingly said this the last time I did a post-game show, but that time that Rebello didn't send Tommy Pham. And I was like, well, what's going on? But it's the correct move because like there's no outs. Have the guy on third. If the Pirates can't score him on with 3 opportunities, there's a problem. Well, the Pirates did the reverse of that, right? So Boehm hits a Boehm. I know. I'm sorry. I keep calling him Bum. He's on my TFL team. Regardless, I'll get the Bum out of here. His correct name is Bum. Bum. Anyways, he hits a double, right? And again, it happens. But then he throws that wild pitch that we talked about that led Heaney to lead the game. So he ends up on third. And right, not only was it like it wasn't Heaney that was pitching, like Mattson comes up straight from Indy. There's no outs, guy on third. I mean, that guy has to score. Like that's going to happen. And that's a huge moment in that game because at that point in time it's 1-1. And you're right. I mean, Mattson just hunkers down and says, we're going to get out of here. 3 outs. He did his job. And, it's much limited, but much to like what I was talking about with Shugart very early on. Mattson at that same degree. He's not part of this bullpen. He wasn't here to be part of this bullpen. He's here now. I'm not expecting much, but he has, in the limited time, right, with Mattson's been here, he has done his job. And today was a big moment so far with his MLB tenure. And right, I mean, kudos to him. Without Mattson, it's likely we're not giving away sandwiches tonight.
Yeah, and like the comments have said here, like 3 years ago, Isaac Mattson was a Washington Wild thing. Like we're talking about a guy who like wasn't supposed to be here. And like I said, he's been called upon a few times this year. 2.25 ERA. I think he's got 4 innings under his belt is all that really equates to. But I mean, so far so good. He's done a really good job, and I mean that was probably the biggest moment that he's had to pitch in his career, like when it comes to like leverage. So yeah, just outstanding work, and that turned the tables because, and instead of being down 2-1 heading into the bottom of the 7th with your offense just doing absolutely nothing, you're 1-1, and then your boy Henry Davis comes up and got 2 homers in 2 games this series for Henry Davis, 4 on the year. The OPS now, DiNardo, is up to 689. He's got a 90 weighted runs created plus. The dude's almost a league average bat at this point. He looks good behind the plate. Like he is quickly turning into a good baseball player, like in front of our eyes.
Quickly, very quickly.
Yeah, quickly.
This was not his job. It was not his job. Joey Bart and Andy Rodriguez were basically the catchers in this team. And due to opportunity, I mean, we knew he was going to get some play time, obviously, right? I mean, you're going to need catchers, but still, regardless, due to opportunity, not only did he come up to be like the backup, he came up to be Paul Skeen's personal catcher and almost become like a defensive first catcher. That's what like he was basically turning out to be. The guy's putting it all together. And again, go back what I said about the defense side. Much credit to Henry Davis. He has become not just a guy that can pass by with defense, right? The bat's so good that, you know what, the defense is fine enough. Put him at catcher, still a good opportunity for him. It's the guy he's a legit glove. He's really right now, I mean, well, especially right now, but like with Bart out there and even Endy so far that he's shown, I think Endy can be better, right? But so far, Henry Davis has been the best defensive catcher. Now you're seeing the bat come alive. And so again, like not even just back-to-back games where he's had a home run, back-to-back multi-hit games. You know, he had a hit earlier in the game as well, got stranded, and then the home run today to take the lead, and of course, the game. He looks good.
Well, and I'll say this too, like I feel like most of his home runs that he's hit up to this point have been like mistakes, like pitchers leaving fastballs right down the middle or slider, hanging slider, and he's, you know, made people pay. That pitch he hit out today against Ranger Suarez was a perfect pitch. Like Ranger Suarez couldn't have put that changeup in a better spot. It was low and away, like 2 inches off the plate. Like that's where you want to, that's exactly where you want to put that pitch to a right-handed hitter, because 99% of the time when you put that changeup in that spot, it's a ground ball to third base or it's a ground ball to the shortstop. Someone's just rolling that pitch over and it's an out. The fact that Henry Davis somehow connected on that ball and it went 400 and 10 feet. I mean, that ball was crushed. It was hit to the deep part of the ballpark, 401 feet. He hit it 103 miles per hour. It was just an unbelievable. It was an unbelievable piece of hitting by Henry Davis. I mean, because like that pitch was, it couldn't have been. You couldn't have had a more perfect pitch if you're Ranger Suarez.
It's
so
just
he just beat him. So like Henry
together.
Davis just beat him today, which is great.
And you know, it's still small sample at the end of the day. I don't know if we can proclaim he's here yet. Like I'm not ready to do that. It's a lot of wait and see. But if he is, I mean, these are the like this is where it all began and it started. I know he came up first and it wasn't pretty, but you know, the one thing we talked about is he's not striking out. Like at least they're seeing something there. I know the balls weren't hit rather well when he first came up, but he's not striking out a whole lot. Like I think at that point in time, it was like 16% before he really started, you know, taking on in the middle of May. You know, striking out like 16% of the time, walking a good bit. Like those were still positive things that you wanted to see. Some signs that okay, it's not maybe all bad. Let's wait and see some things out. And now like the hitting is coming along, and not even just the hitting, but the power is now coming along also. You know, this is a lost season for the most part. And as mentioned with Endy and Bart, the way they can't stay on the field, a lot of opportunities are opening up for Henry Davis to play, and the guy is just capitalizing. And you know, again, maybe a lot of it is having to do with he is finally comfortable back there defensively. Like maybe he's just in a really good place. And we talk as well to some degree that I mean, catchers do typically develop longer. It takes more time. There's a lot of responsibility on their plate and what they have to do. And you know, I know Henry Davis is going to come up for the bat. The bat's his calling card, and we haven't seen that, but maybe now he's just comfortable, and we are going to see why he was taken 1-1. And yeah, I have nothing but great things to say about Henry Davis. The talent's there. It's been disappointing. Like for him, thankfully, this team isn't in a situation where they can write him off. They can give him that time and opportunities now, and he's really taking hold of it. And yeah, good for him.
I mean, he's slugging 405 now on the year, which again isn't like otherworldly by any means, but the only Pirate with over 50 plate appearances doing that, other than Henry Davis, is O'Neal Cruz.
He's got a 90
that's
weighted
it.
runs created plus, right?
That's
At
it.
this point in
Yeah.
time.
90.
I'm pretty confident he's the fourth best hitter on this team right now. I'm going to try to pull up real quick.
He's top 5. I mean, if you go Cruz, IKF, Kutch, and then Bart and Reynolds and Davis
Nick
all
Gonzalez
at
is at a 91.
Yeah, Gonzalez.
And today will be
small
different.
Sample size. Yeah,
he's tied with Bart at a 90.
Yeah.
So there you go. Yeah, I mean, again, kudos to Henry Davis. You got to take something away from the season, and unfortunately, since we're at this point in time in the season, it's going to be this stuff. And they're going to find some positive. It's can we find some guys that are finally turning it around, come together, because this team has to be something of relevancy in 2026. And we see where this offense is, and in order to get there, these guys are going to have to develop. We're going to have some wins. And Henry Davis becoming one of those wins is going to be huge for 2026. And especially because, I mean, Joey Bart's limited time as well. I mean, he's going to be a free agent soon enough. So if Henry Davis can claim the number one guy, especially because of Bart's limitations defensively, that would be huge for this team. So anyways, we've talked a lot about Henry Davis, rightfully so. But yeah, give me all the Henry Davis at this point in time.
Yeah, no, great game from him. And then Nick Gonzalez, too. I mean, he hasn't been back too long, but provided an instant spark in today's game. They had him leading off today against the lefty Suarez, Cruz taking the day off. So Gonzalez leads off with a triple. I'm not entirely sure what Weston Wilson was doing on that triple.
Doesn't matter.
It was the most egregious dive I think I've ever seen in my life. He missed the ball by 4 or 5 feet. Like, I don't know what he was doing there, but Weston Wilson dives for this ball in left center. It obviously skips past him because he's 4 or 5 feet away from it. And Nick Gonzalez with the leadoff triple to start off the first. Andrew McCutchen then brings him in with an RBI single. So yeah, I mean, instant offense right there, which was big because you wanted to answer that Kyle Schwarber homer. Like, I mean, the Phillies got on the board right away. And so it was nice for the Pirates to then just immediately get that run back.
Yep. Yeah. 100%. 100% for a team that struggles offensively. And again, they scored 2 runs today. I'm not here to say that the offense was good, but for a team that does struggle and right away there's a run to answer that right away also. And that puts Andrew Heaney in a good spot as well. Because, okay, hey, all things are even again. I can relax, settle down. And, again, also like with O'Neal Cruz not playing today, finds a spark. But again, we talked about Henry Davis for quite a bit. Nick Gonzalez, another one. He's been out for a large chunk of this year because of the injury. Of course, he did have the 1 home run before he went on the injury, and he had a walk-off last night. So getting some offense from him has been pleasant as well. And yeah, he did. He ignited it. Kutch drove him in. It's a 1-1 baseball game. Andrew Heaney just continues to go out there and shove. And like you mentioned, Henry Davis capitalized on a mistake, makes it 2-1, and that was it. And also that was it because of the really the bullpen. The Dennis Santana comes in, Mr. Dope, Mr. Efficient, 10 pitches. He looked good. And then David Bednar. If we're talking about Henry Davis in this way, I want to make sure we talk about David Bednar in the same way also. He is looking every bit as back as you can say. Now, I'm still not ready to stamp it, right? I still want to say I'm still skeptical to some degree because he's still a reliever and he's had stretches. But at this point in time, since he's returned from AAA, right, when he had to get away and work on his confidence, he's been good.
DiNardo, he's been better than good. He's been all-star caliber prime David Bednar ever since calling him back up. Like, they sent him down and he's been outstanding since being called up. I mean, you put that graphic together today. He going into today, 19 2/3 innings, 29 strikeouts, an ERA of 2.75, and a WHIP of 1.02. After today, the WHIP is now below 1. ERAs in the mid 2s. He had another strikeout today. So the guy's striking out people at an outrageous clip, and just being really a fit. Like, when was the last time we had like a high stress David Bednar inning? It's been a while. Like you look at his last few outings and 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Then there was a hit. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Like he's given up one base runner in his last 6 appearances.
Yeah.
He's back. I know you said you're not ready to declare him back. I'm saying David Bednar is back.
I think he is. I just, like I said, I'm there, like I'm not like, oh, this is just a mirage, or I mean, like he is good. Objectively, he has been good. No doubts about it. And coming into this year, you and I mean, all of us really, but I mean, you and I, we've talked quite a bit that like we believe in David Bednar. Last year, that was really wonky. And I believe that David Bednar is going to have a productive year this year. And even when he, went down to AAA at that point in time, which you and I were perfectly okay with, right? It is what it is. He needs to go. He just needs to go down. It also wasn't really all his fault then, too. I mean, Cruz played some really, really terrible defense that caused his ERA to inflate in that sense. So yeah, he goes down. He pitches 5 innings, I think, in AAA, comes back up, and you're right. I mean, he looks vintage David Bednar. Again, where I'm at is still a reliever. We know how relievers operate. Maybe give me a week or two and he's still pitching rather well. Say, you know what? Hands down, he's back. At this point, I'm here to say like he has been pitching he's been pitching like the David Bednar that we're accustomed to seeing in years past. And he absolutely is, and again, like 6 earned runs since he's come back in the 20.2 innings. And think about that too. Like some of that has been some pretty bad defense. I mean, we all remember the IKF, right? The one that skipped off second base, went past the IKF. That's not ruled an error because of that. Like that's not David Bednar's fault. Like he did his job, like a grounder up the middle. It just happened to hit second base and that scores runs. So there's ERA, on him stuff. He has looked good. And again, like the FIP of a 1.39 coming into this game and that time span, the amount of guys he's striking out, the amount of guys he's just simply not walking. Yeah. David Bednar is every bit as good as any reliever out there right now.
1.39 FIP coming into today since being called up. And that's just only going to go even lower. So, yeah, he's been great. He's been excellent. Everybody in the comments is like, oh, his trade value is going through the roof. I'm here to say, guys, there are 2 people in the world who want to play baseball for the Pittsburgh Pirates, and he's one of them. I'm not trading David Bednar. I am extending David Bednar, if anything. But that's a whole other topic. Like I said, there are literally 2 people who want to play for the Pirates in the world. Don't trade one of them away.
This is another topic for another day. But I will say what's funny about that is I was literally thinking about that on the drive back home after I posted that graphic today, just in thoughts. And it's like the time to trade him was a few years back when you had a lot of value to cash in on, especially now knowing that even in 2025, this team's not going anywhere. But I wonder like what his value is today. And I'm with you. I don't know if it's worth the value that you're going to get in return for him than it is to just keep him and ride out. And if you think he's good, if you personally think he's good, and you probably think more than other people because he hasn't been good, I think you're probably better off keeping him for next year. Of course, if you decide to go for next year, if you don't,
maybe a Bucko Brew topic, we can go into it.
Right. Yeah. But at any rate, very, very good performance by David Bednar today. And yeah, again, outside of that, the pitching was really, really good. Does seem like Andrew Heaney's healthy. He should be back, I'm sure. So nothing to truly, hopefully, worry about with Andrew Heaney and his short future tenure with the Pirates. And then again, like offensively, there wasn't much outside of that. I mean, the Pirates had 5 total hits, 3 walks, 5 strikeouts. 2 of them, right? Henry Davis.
Yeah, I mean, the offense did nothing all day. Like, both pitchers were extremely efficient. They were throwing strikes. Both teams were pretty aggressive. I mean, the Phillies only threw 124 pitches today. The Pirates threw 103 pitches. I said, game time, less than 2 hours. The Pirates bullpen threw 7 balls in 3 innings. it was a really, if you like pitching, like this was the game to watch. The pitching was great. They were throwing strikes, they were loading up the zone, they were making people hit the ball. There were a lot of balls put in play. Like pitching and defense is kind of what you saw tonight, which was fun. You know, there wasn't a ton of strikeouts. It wasn't your 14 strikeout game like the Pirates had on Thursday. It was nice, fun baseball game that moved quickly.
Yeah. It's 6:37. We're going to put this show up pretty quickly and play some Call of Duty here. A lot quicker than we thought we were.
Yeah, I mean, 25 minutes in, I think we talked about everything. That was it. We talked about everything.
A very efficient post game as well. And we rambled on for 2 players. So
yeah,
even with that said, right. Yeah, I mean, I guess I don't really have much else to discuss either with today's game.
That was it. Like it was a really well played, efficient ball game.
That's right. So then is it time?
Isaac Mattson, MVP too. Giving the MVP to Isaac Mattson.
I want to share the wealth. It's a co-MVP. It's Isaac Mattson and Henry Davis for me.
There we go. All right.
Let them both enjoy it. They both are very deserving of it. So let's go ahead and give some sandwiches away, Jim. How's that sound? So while I get this up, why don't you tell everyone what to do?
Yeah, so guys, while he's bringing that up, as you know, we're going to give away some Primanti Brothers sandwiches. Hashtag raise it in the comments to enter the giveaway. If you haven't already, make sure you download the Primanti Brothers app on your phone, create an account. If you are the winner, DM North Shore 9 on your favorite social media platform or email us at northshore9@gmail.com. Your name and email, and we'll get those sandwiches loaded into your account for you.
That's right. That is right. We have 117 entries right now. So if you haven't done so, make sure you get those in. Last second here, 118. Let's get that draw button, Jim. Who is going to be our very first winner?
Oh, and like the video and subscribe if you haven't.
Yeah, where's Matt in our comments to tell everyone? I didn't see it. Matt's slipping. FS Sharp or FSS Harp. You are our first winner.
Congratulations. So yeah, just follow the instructions that I told you, DM, email, and we'll get those out to you.
That's right.
Next,
make sure you download the Primanti Brothers app if you haven't done so, and send us your email that's associated with it.
There we go.
Reese Gorlowski, you are our second winner. So, of course, as mentioned, do the same thing. Reach out to us. Get us your email address for your Primanti Brothers app. We'll get those sandwiches out to you as soon as we can. So, Jim, that was fun.
2-1 win. Paul Skeens on the mound tomorrow against Christopher Sanchez. Should be another fun pitching performance. I wouldn't expect a lot of offense.
Now, Jim, tell me, did the Pirates win yesterday?
The Pirates won yesterday.
Did the Pirates win today?
Pirates won today.
Paul Skeens pitches tomorrow?
He does. However, they don't tend to win Paul Skeens starts.
So they're not going to sweep then is what we're saying, right?
You know what, though? Phillies swept the Pirates in Philly earlier this year. You know, this would be nice payback. Let's just finish the sweep tomorrow. If you're going to the game tomorrow, bring a broom, have fun, sweep the Phillies. Heckle all the Phillies fans that are in attendance that made the 4 or 5 hour trip,
and prove why this is such a rivalry.
Yeah, what is it? The Keystone collision or whatever they're calling it.
Of course, yeah, well known, well discussed. Everyone's talking about how you fixed Henry Davis. The next thing that's trending on Twitter is the Keystone collision.
I think I just made that up. I like that.
Works.
The Keystone collision. Yeah,
I'm rolling with it.
Yeah.
So let's get out of here. We will be back tomorrow. I and Tyler will be doing the post-game show with Paul Skeens taking the mound. He's 4-6. The Pirates have a chance this week. Let's hope the offense does something to help. We know Paul will probably show up and do it. If you haven't done so, like, subscribe, do all the fun stuff. We will see you guys tomorrow. With that said, we're out of here. We love you all. Bye-bye.
See you guys. All right, that wraps up this episode of North Shore 9. Thanks so much for tuning in. Whether you're listening on the podcast or catching us on YouTube, if you enjoyed the show, please give this video a thumbs up and don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. It really helps us grow. And if you're listening on the podcast, a quick review goes a long way in helping others find the show. Plus, be sure to tell a friend about us. There's always room for more here in the NS9 community. And for those looking to support us a little more, consider joining our Patreon, become an MVP member, and get exclusive perks while helping us continue to bring you more of the Pirates content you love. Thanks again for all your support, and let's go Bucks.